In his 8th season coaching at Xavier as the head basketball coach, Chris Mack here on the Rich Eisen Show. How are you, Coach?
I'm doing great. How you doing, Rich?
I'm doing fine. What were the emotions running through your veins there with Sean Miller obviously tasting extreme disappointment and he being your predecessor there and you guys going way back?
Yeah, I mean, bittersweet. Obviously elated and, really proud of my group for being able to, weather a storm there, get down 8, and with 3:45 be able to come back against a terrific Arizona team. Obviously really happy for our team. But, on the other side of it, I spent so much time with Sean. I'm so appreciative of the opportunity he gave me at Xavier. And then, our connection has stayed strong ever since. I bounce ideas off him and vice versa. Seems like every week. So bittersweet to say the least, but obviously very happy for Xavier and us moving forward.
Yeah, and we'll get to moving forward in a second, but I want to look back a little bit here, Coach, with a losing streak that you were suffering just about a month ago. Now, I've heard a lot of coaching tactics used by football coaches to take game tapes and bury it and just to try to come up with some sort of concept to pass along to the players that we need to move on and put our foot down and start winning again. Some folks may not know the story of the urn and the ashes within. Would you mind please telling me the genesis of this and the story of the ashed urn that you guys have?
Sure. Well, it's been well documented that we were on a losing skid there. We had lost, I think, at that point, 5 games in a row. And there were some reasons for it. Obviously, we lost an all-conference point guard in Edmund Sumner. And then a few games later, Trayvon Blewett, our leading scorer, had a fabulous NCAA tournament thus far, goes down with an ankle injury. But needless to say, we had lost 5 in a row. We had just lost to Butler at home. And I wanted our team to really understand a couple things. Number one, really no shame in losing to the teams that we had. Every one of those teams, Rich, became an NCAA tournament team this season. And then the second thing was, as low as we feel at that particular moment, every prognosticator, bracketologist had us still as an 8-9 seed. And it wasn't like 1 or 2 guys. It was every guy. So as low as we feel, we still have the opportunity to play for what we want in March. So we showed them a calendar. We gave each guy on our team a stock card calendar with the dates of when we played, who we played. It was the month of February. And we said, hey, listen, fellas, it's over. We passed out lighters. We had a big aluminum trash can in the middle of the locker room, made sure that the smoke alarms were off, and asked each guy to write down on that calendar maybe one thing that they would be willing to sacrifice in order to help make our team better as we look forward in March. And didn't ask them to reveal it or anything, so the guys wrote it down. We, burned the calendars, and we had bought what is being called an urn, but, we actually had our GA, Alan Payne, go to Walmart, and the only urn that was there had, like, hearts and flowers on it, painted pink. So we didn't think that was very tough, so we bought a glass jar, and we basically called it an urn. Mm-hmm. And we put those ashes in there, and we've taken it everywhere we've gone since. It's always on the scorer's table during practice. It's in the locker room when guys come back after practice. And, I think it's very symbolic of our team to understand, let's look forward, move forward. Special things can happen if we forget the past and focus on what's ahead of us.
And do you have to sometimes explain what is contained in this glass jar to those who are wondering if something's more maudlin is being perpetrated here?
So far everybody has heard the story. Certainly our program understands its meaning, but no, not to this point.
So now here's Gonzaga, and we all know, their history. Like Xavier, never been to the Final Four here, so somebody's going to break through. What are you telling your kids about the why not us situation? Do you keep hitting on that right now or move on from that? Because that is infused with the concept that maybe you guys are overplaying your seed a little bit here.
Yeah, I think our guys haven't really bought into the number in front of our name. I think it's, for this group, maybe easier to focus, on not making that relevant, simply because a year ago we were a 2 seed. And, that didn't help us from losing against Wisconsin. And a lot of those same players that were in that tough locker room a year ago understand it's, you have to get the results done on the floor. And we've done that so far. It doesn't make our job any easier tomorrow against Gonzaga. but the thought of, hey, we have to play over our heads or we're not worthy is so far from our guys' collective mindset. We feel if we battle our tails off and compete to win, that we'll have just as good of a shot at beating Gonzaga as we did Arizona, Florida State, and Maryland.
So what challenge does Gonzaga present, certainly on a short stint that you have to get prepared in a way?
Yeah, I mean, the first thing that sticks out about them is their size. I mean, the kid Karnowski, who's a senior now, we had a very similar player that was highlighted in the NCAA tournament a few years ago, Matt Stainbrook. Only Karnowski's about 4 inches taller, and just a terrific low post player that if you double him, he has the ability to find open teammates who can shoot the ball. Every one of their players is an offensive threat, so you feel like you can't, pay Peter and Rob Paul. And we have to do a great job as a team keeping those guys out of the lane and keeping them from getting easy baskets in transition. And then Rich finding a way to score. They're the number one defensive team in the country, and it all starts with Karnowski sitting in the middle of the lane with that 7'1" size he presents.
And it's got to help to have what appears to be the greatest sports rabbit's foot going right now in Bill Murray in the stands. I mean, his Cubs break the 100-year-long hex, and now
that's right.
And he's sitting there with his son on your bench as one of your assistants. I mean, that's got to help you out, right, Chris?
I would think so. I mean, Luke has done a tremendous job, in our program as an assistant coach the last couple of years. And if the Chicago Cubs are any indication of
Sure.
Bill Murray's luck, then hopefully ours continues to run through on Saturday and beyond.
What's it like having him around, Bill Murray?
It's really cool. It's a little surreal. I've spent some time with him. I think the first time I met him, I was coming off of my elevator at the office, or I should say I was in the hallway, and the elevator doors open up, and the guy from Ghostbusters and Caddyshack walks out, and my brother-in-law was with me, and he was like, "This is like a Sports Center commercial. I mean, this is weird," and but he makes you feel at ease. He's a huge supporter of our program, and like I said, he's been a good luck charm, and hopefully we can continue that luck as we head here into a big game tomorrow.
Yeah, I'd imagine of all the movies of his that you like, I mean, it's got to be Groundhog Day if it means you keep on having the same result, right, Chris?
Yeah, that's one of many. Stripes, Caddyshack, those are the ones that I like, but Groundhog Day was a good one. If it repeats success, so be it.
Sure, that's right. Hey, Chris, thank you for coming on the show. Really enjoy watching. Oh, one last question, and sure. I don't know why he does it. Why does McCure wear the sleeves on the arms and legs? What going out there? Why does he do that?
I wish I had a great story because it's not legal, but he's had a little bit of a rash that seems to sort of bother him, and that helps, I guess.
Okay, because it's who's got the ball. I'll tell you that.
That's for sure.
And certainly he's playing out of his mind too. So again, congrats, Coach, on what's happened so far, and good luck to you down the road. Maybe we'll chat again real soon.
Sounds great. Thanks, Rich.
You got it. It's Chris Mack.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on Audience.